flourish so early. I mean, what are some things that this team has done to help you play the way you have?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's one particular thing. I think just the work we put in over the summer and up until now, and that we're going to continue to put in, has just been really big for me, getting a little bit more confidence and whatnot. But also being able to lean on these guys, I think that's also big for me. So yeah.
Jaylen, 25 assists on 30 made baskets. Do you think that's going to be sort of indicative of what this team is, the way you guys share the ball?
Yeah, just based off how our offense is consistent, moving, passing, cutting, and stuff like that. If we take care of the ball and don't get no turnovers, we should be a high assist team for sure.
Almost a career high in rebounds, one off. It's just a toughness that you guys expect to play with this year.
Yeah, for sure. You definitely want to win a lot of games. Definitely want to come out that first 4 minutes with a lot of toughness. Just set the tone for the guys on the bench to come in and be ready to play like as a team together. Like we played, I'll say the first 6 minutes we just playing hard. So just setting the tone, letting everyone know like we're gonna be a physical team off the gate.
Cade, how important was that? We saw, first 5 minutes we saw a charge. We saw guys diving on loose balls. Just kind of set that tone energy-wise.
Yeah, I mean, that most definitely set the tone. And I want to shout out Chauncey Willis Jr. A lot of his stuff don't show up on the stat sheet, but he really got the game started for us, and he was huge for us throughout the whole game.
We're looking at 25 assists on 30 makes, and that's something we've seen through the exhibitions. How has that helped you guys? I mean, how has that helped you guys play as a team?
I mean, just every day, working hard every day, building habits on the offense and everything. I mean, we rep it out every day. So, I mean, we put the hard work in during practice because practice is going to be harder than the game. So, so the game, we just come out, it should be easy for us. We just, play with paint boys, playing physical, take care of the ball. Coach emphasizes every day. So, we could continue to do that throughout the season will be good.
You guys mentioned the quick start. Is that kind of the energy you've been feeling in practice, and it was just kind of like the first moment to show it in a regular season game, or did that surprise you how fast you guys started?
No, I mean, we work hard every day. I mean, we go at each other every day, just building habits, getting each other better. Coach emphasized the expectations and standards he wants for the game, and we take really pride into the details and everything. So you're not gonna come out and play. You're gonna be on the bench supporting the team. So you really just gotta do it. Really take pride in playing hard.
Anything you guys feel you need to do better in preparation for Saturday?
I feel like we got a little handsy with the fouls late. That kind of slowed the game down for sure. I feel like we take the fouls out, we'll be good. But everything else, we did pretty good.
Anything else for the players? All right. Thanks, guys.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Coach Niko Medved. Coach will open up for a statement, and then we'll go into questions. Coach?
Great approach by our guys tonight here. Game one, they had a great week of practice, and I thought we're locked in, and you could kind of, feel the energy right out of the gates. And we were good, and I thought the play, and that's what I told the team after. I don't know if Chauncey's ever gone a game where he hasn't scored a basket. But I thought his play when he dove on the floor early just kind of set the tone for how this game was going to go. And so you got to love that about him and about our guys. And so I don't have a lot to complain about. Obviously, I wish the last 10 minutes was a little bit better, but sometimes those things happen, when the game is kind of been decided. But great approach by our guys. I thought, Jaylen Crocker-Johnson too. He's a warrior, and he really came ready to play today and had a great mindset, and along with the other guys as well. But enjoy it. Good win in game one, and on to Saturday.
How does it feel to get the first win on your belt as a Gopher coach?
And probably when I get home tonight, and kind of take a second, it'll kind of sink in a little bit more. But it feels pretty good. It's been a long road, and a really cool road, and to kind of be there tonight, and so it's real now. No turning back now. Here we go. And but again, it was great, and I'm just proud of the guys' approach and how they played tonight.
Niko, 25 assists on 30 makes. Is that sort of going to be indicative of when your offense is moving and sharing the ball like that, what it could look like?
Yeah, if you look at our teams, at all the places we've been, we've always been among the leaders in the country in assists to field goals made. That's a day one thing for us, is the unselfishness when the ball. That's really, for as many new faces, that's really shown up right away. I thought it, showed up even in the 2 exhibition games, and it was terrific tonight. The ball movement was great. Guys were being really unselfish. In fact, we had one play we were too unselfish where Rob made a great play to Chauncey, had he just laid it in, actually he would have scored tonight. You know what I mean? And he tried to give it back to the big fella when he shouldn't. But again, I love that mindset of our guys, and so far that's been the case. It won't be like that every night. Shots still have to go in the basket, but the ball movement's been terrific, and it's been that way at the places that we've been.
How big was the tone set with 1 point for them in 8 minutes off that effort?
Yeah, defensively we were great. We were talking, we were active, we took them out of what they wanted to do. This team needs to score in transition. I thought Early did a great job of setting our defense and scoring, and we limited him to 1 shot. So again, I don't, in that first half, I really don't have a lot to complain about. I thought the approach was terrific.
Niko, do you feel anything, take a moment before you walked up those stairs before the game?
I did, but I tell people every game I've ever coached as a head coach, I usually try to take that time kind of just before the anthem, to look up and be like, are you kidding me? They pay me to do this? That I get to do the job that I've loved and I've wanted to do. I'm so blessed and so grateful, and it is a little different here for me, and coming back and walking into the arena for the game. And I had a couple moments where I, remember my dad taking me to games through those main doors when I was a kid, and to see them in the stands and my family, and kind of that full circle moment is pretty cool. And then usually what happens after that, you do that and the ball's tipped, and I'm just worried about getting back on defense quickly. Yeah.
When you added Cade Tyson through the transfer portal, the first 3 games now, he's played very well offensively. Has he, would you say, exceeded your expectations, or was this kind of a role you saw for him?
That's a hard question. I don't think anyone could say you're going to have 30 in your opener, and whatever it was, 27, 28 in the first 2 games. I think we really did believe he would be a great fit for us and kind of how we play. And he was one of those guys that, a couple years ago, you got to remember, he's one of the top transfers on the market. And sometimes fit matters. And it doesn't mean that North Carolina, it just wasn't the right fit for him last year. And we thought this was a great fit. He's our type of guy. And he's been really consistent, the entire summer, and as he's gotten more and more comfortable with what we're doing, he's just playing at a really, really high level on that end. And so, hopefully that can continue. It won't be that way every game. People are going to continue to scheme, for him. One thing about him I think fans are realizing is that he's an exceptional shooter, and he's got such a high release. You've got to be there on the catch. But he's pretty good at putting the ball on the floor too. You close out to him hard, he can really go by you. And I think that now he's added that part of his game too. He's a tough cover.
You spoke to it a little bit before, but Jaylen was 1 rebound from his career high. I mean, what toughness does he bring to this team every day?
I mean, he's the one guy I've obviously been through the wars with, right? He's won a championship with us and, been in the NCAA tournament. And I just know in his approach, and our team would say that, and coaches who didn't know him, I mean, it's hard to ask a guy to practice harder, to be more of a team guy, to be more bought into what we're asking him to do. And so his effort and mentality is not a surprise because I've been, through the wars with him. But so, not that I was worried about anybody, but I wasn't worried about his approach here tonight.
Niko, normally openers can be kind of clunky on offense, but it seemed like you guys really found a rhythm. And what do you attribute to? Is it the veterans that you have on your team that they were able to kind of work so well together early on?
Yeah, I think, we got some veteran guys, and I think that it's been great, when they come here in the summer, it's one of the first things we do is just really try to teach, our emotion and how to read and react and play. And I just think the guys are getting more and more comfortable, but they bought in right away. That's the thing you don't know with so many new guys. They really bought in and tried to really, hey, trust what we do. And I think they've had a high level of trust in what we're trying to do. And what's so fun, when the ball has energy, your team has energy. Because, guys know if I give it up, I'm going to get it back, right? Good shot for great shot. If I cut hard to get my teammate open, it's funny how the game rewards that kind of thing. And the guys have really bought into that. And early on the offensive end, it's been pretty good.
Anything else for Coach?
Was there anything that you need to improve on, something you want to do better before next Saturday?
Yeah, I'm just, it's how I am. I mean, the last 10 minutes kind of electrocutes me a little bit, just how we played. But I've been, doing this long enough to know once I get home, watch it, let it go. We got driven a little too much, some silly fouls, in the second half. But, sometimes those things can happen. Listen, we got a lot to improve on. I mean, a lot. So it's early. Tonight was our night. We played very, very well, for the most part in the game. But got to get up, flush it, learn, and Saturday's a whole new challenge.
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks.
Thank you.